is Sade. I've been here with the lovely Effiong Jones. She's amazing. We've had a couple of hours of amazing girl fun hangout, whatever you want to call it. We've had amazing callers. Thank you for having me, Asia. Love you always.
Hi, so I am Dominique de Beau. I have been here this evening with Asia Effiong Jones on Amiga Radio FM. The most amazing time I've had in a very long time. Asia was talking about so many beautiful topics. Absolutely fantastic. So next week, please tune in. Please call up. Please just get involved in the whole setup of this situation. It's amazing. Love you very much. Thank you. See you soon. Have a proper debate and talk about
it. So guys, go and
week.
watch the movie Fall from Grace if you haven't already. And if you have any thoughts about it, let us know. So can you read out one of the comments? So we're gonna be
okay. So we've got the Ultimate Healthy Living Camp. Tyler Perry was just giving upcoming artist opportunity.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Sade. So it wasn't.
Yeah. So that was for me.
Yeah. This is for Sade.
Yes,
so it wasn't a low budget movie.
It was.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great lesson learned. And this is just her opinion. And also to yourself.
Yeah.
She also looks Hallmark.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I agree. I like the fact that he didn't use named actors and actresses already. You know, I love that, and and one thing.
It wasn't just that though.
I like.
You don't shoot a high budget movie in 5 days, do you?
Do you know what?
Well, I think that's speculation. I don't know if
it wasn't. All the sci-fi type movies with all the people, all the effects, and those are the things that cost money. Anyway,
yeah.
Again, I don't know how much it spends. I'm just thinking like, first of all, it went straight to Netflix. It couldn't have been.
No. It was made for Netflix.
It was made for Netflix.
No, Netflix is big.
I'm not Netflix, you know.
I'm not.
Netflix
I love watching Netflix movies, but I'm just saying that there's a reputation.
Okay, may I ask? Sorry, and I am going to just bring this up because you've mentioned Netflix, but may I turn around and say, okay, how many times do you actually go to a cinema to watch movies?
Not that much anymore.
Okay, but then how many times would you sit there and put Netflix on your TV?
Every day.
Exactly. So then for you to turn around and say, oh, it's on Netflix. The amount of people in the world now who have Netflix there available to them to see films that they would not get to see on the cinema screen by MGM, all of these places. It's very difficult when I hear that when you say, "Oh my God, it's Netflix." Netflix is a really big platform.
So let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you where that comes from.
My cousins.
Hold on. Let me tell you where that comes from.
Okay.
So historically, there were certain movies. There were certain movies that only made it on certain platforms like Netflix or even like Hallmark. The kind of stuff that would go there, or things like True Movies. You know, the kind of stuff that will go there. They're not things that will make it on the big screen. On the big screen, either cinema or Sky 1, Sky 2.
Just what it is.
Do you understand what I mean? Those kind of channels. So historically, it's always been that way. But what's happened over time is the way our taste has changed. You know, like the way we watch movies are different. People are moving into digital. TV more. So same with movies and things like that. So no longer do people want to watch a movie once and they can't go back to it.
Yeah.
You know, and to be honest, the reason why we all go cinema is more for the social aspect of it.
Is it really
more
social?
Time.
But is it social?
It still is. It still is. But what's happened that being socializing in that way is becoming more expensive and overrated. Do you understand what I mean? So a lot of people don't like TV has evolved a lot. So now Netflix, whereas before Netflix would be, like what used to happen where Blockbuster, remember Blockbuster?
I love Blockbuster.
Right. The movies that went straight to Blockbuster were the movies that did, or went to Blockbuster very quickly, were movies that didn't do very well in the cinema. And Netflix was a bit like that. Movies that were not that didn't do so well would go onto platforms like that. That's where Sade is coming from. But now that's changed. Yeah. Because now Netflix is actually stepping out and actually building relationships. Yeah. I mean, look at Facebook. I mean, Facebook doing like something like Red Table Talk with Jada. It's not something that would have happened before.
And not only that, but
because people are watching more digital TV. That's why that kind of
you've
stuff
also got certain actors, you've got certain now films directly made for Netflix. And you've got big actors. You've got like Will Smith. If you go on there, you've got Will Smith that's done a series that's on there with this alien-looking guy. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. You've got him. You've got Sandra Bullock doing Bird Box. You've got so many big actors now that have come. You've got my cousin. My cousin is on One Day at a Time. Todd Grinnell and India to Go. They're on Netflix. They do a big show. But you have so many big actors now that have their own shows, their own films, which are directly for Netflix.
Yeah.
And I go home and I'm like, I haven't got Sky or on Netflix. And it is a great, but as you've just said yourself, even though it's gone straight onto Netflix, but you will put that on every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, Greenleaf. I'm addicted to Greenleaf. There's so many. Let's talk about Netflix.
See, that's another thing.
Netflix we should talk about.
On a different day, are they paying you or something? You know, on a different day, something like Netflix would never be, something like Greenleaf would not be on Netflix. It'd be on one of those channels, one of the Sky channels. But now, like, how I really started getting into Netflix again was because of Greenleaf.
Greenleaf is amazing. Now, the reason why I know this is completely different, but I've spent a lot of time in America. A hell of a lot of time in America, and I've been to a lot of churches in America, and when I was over there working, I spent a lot of my time in churches every weekend in America. Now, this is why I can relate to Greenleaf, because this is what it is like. Yeah. This is what, and only because I've been there and spent time there. Oh, listen, only because I've been there, I know. This is why I love the program so much. I don't know so much about it over here because I don't, you know, I can talk about it because I've been in America. Yeah. You love this show.
Please. Yeah, I like the drama. Don't listen. Listen.
That's not the topic.
Because
it's not the topic. Anyway, let's move on to it. But anyway, love Greenleaf. I can't wait. I'm coming here every week.
So we're gonna switch gears slightly now and move on to something else. We can still talk about what's that movie? Fall from Grace. So please keep your comments coming and stuff. Yes, love Greenleaf. Yeah, it gave I think he, meaning Tyler Perry, gives everyone an opportunity to watch from the comfort of their home. Absolutely. Because that's my go-to, seriously. So, next. We are talking about Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan. We're talking about everything Harry and Meghan. Now, you would have to be under a rock somewhere for you not to have heard just even a little bit about Harry and Meghan. So, I'm going to skip who they are and all that kind of stuff because we all know who they are. So, there's been so many discussion about different things, about the farm, you know, where they live, that was renovated with 2.5 million of taxpayers' money. So there was questions about, are they going to give that money back? Questions about, do they still hold on to the HRA title of Duke and Duchess of Sussex? There's been Madame Tussauds has actually removed their mannequins.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, they've removed their.
No.
They did that very quickly.
Yeah, they did it in
What?
48 hours of them announcing. Yes, if you go there, there's a big gap of 2 people missing.
That's wrong. I feel like that's wrong.
What they did was they didn't burn it and get rid of it.
Not bonfire night.
No, they didn't do that. What they did was they moved it. So they have a section, I think the way Madame Tussauds was, they have a section which is senior royal family members. So you've got the Queen and Prince Philip, and then you've got Charles. No, you've got William and Kate, and then you're supposed to have
they took
Harry.
that. They just
they've taken their dollies and put it somewhere.
Wow.
They've taken it and moved it to another part, you know. And they said, when they were questioned about it, they were like, oh, because that's where senior royals are. They're not senior royals, they moved it. I thought that was very quick.
That
was very quick.
Wrong.
And so I want to talk about that. Then also, obviously, Dr. Shola has been doing the rounds.
Amazing.
Talking about, she was on is it Good Morning? Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan. And they go into that big debate about is there an underlying racism going on with Meghan and, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so we're talking everything Harry and Meghan. you know, and talking about, okay, do we feel there's a little bit of racism going on there? If so, why? If not, and do we feel like Meghan has influenced Harry to take this decision, or would Harry have taken this decision? So, you know, it's like, I think bottom line is people will do what they want to do because only they're the ones who are in that situation. But my main thing about this Harry and Meghan thing was that I was saying, look, if Meghan was my sister, yeah, I just try to imagine Harry's married to my sister, and she goes, oh, they're stressing me out, they're disturbing me, I want to leave. I'll be like, oh, you're not going anywhere. Let's just catch one of them. Because you know me, I'm the sister of the Duchess of Sussex. Don't play with me. I'll just be like, who's stressing you out? Is it the butler? Is it the house? Who?
Is it the queen? Is it the
queen?
Prince, and it's Camilla.
Just let me know. I'll invite me round when you're having one of them official family.
You probably wouldn't be seen, and you probably would have been murdered, or do you know what I mean? Something would have happened to you.
No, they won't.
Yeah, not you. Not it was you. But this Harry and his roles as a royal. Listen, he's taken upon himself now the roles as a husband and the roles as of a father.
Okay, let's go back to that. Anyway, what I was saying, yeah, my people, is that if Meghan was my sister, I'd be like, don't make it. We married what, a year, maybe 2? Come, you want to leave? No. I'm not sure I've seen all of the palace. You want to leave? I'm not even sure I've seen all of your house. I don't talk about. No, not yet. Let's calm down. Let's talk about. Do you understand? Let's talk about it. Who's stressing you out?
She really would.
Yes, I would.
I know, and I know you would. I know you would.
Family meeting with the trusted family members. I would say, listen, Meghan, don't do this now. You would. You know. And I trust my dad. My dad would be like, are you okay?
Wow, this is so the truth. This is exactly what you would do.
I would be like, who is stressing you out in that household?
You would have
family meetings. Call me around when you're having one of those balcony, you know, when you go, I'll come, I'll wait for the queen. I'll talk to her, I'll be like, nah, what's going on? You know, because you guys are big bride price doesn't mean you're gonna stress my sister out.
Yeah,
you know,
you would, and I know you would.
On a serious note, I would first say, look, let's take a step back. And I think it's that thing of being, you know, let's all enjoy this for a minute.
Because to you, it's not even been a minute. To you, this is fresh.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can catch 1 or 2 contracts real quick before you move out. I probably printed flyers here. Radio show with the sister of the Duchess of Sussex.
Have you even posted this Sussex yet?
You know what I mean? So I think. So for me, I think but I think so. Obviously, Meghan doesn't have a lot of close immediate family. The ones that she has, anyway, let's not talk about them. You know, the only person that seems to make sense in her family seems to be her mom. You know, and so people are saying, oh, if Harry didn't marry her, that she's putting pressure on him to do that. I don't even believe that.
Harry's been a rebel since day. I've met Harry.
I don't even think it's to do.
He wants to do his own thing.
Why are you saying I met Harry like, he's my friend,
listen,
so I could.
I wanted to listen. I'm telling you now. I was sitting there thinking I could be in Harry. I could be in Harry's point. Really could have. Anyway, he has done his own thing and wanted to do his own thing since he has been a child. So this is not new for him, what he is doing right now. He's wanted to do his own thing since he has been young. He's always been the one that has stepped out and gone and done his own thing. And now he wants to step out and do his own thing. Now he's looking after his own family. So why is everybody now trying to jump on him like, oh my God, he can't do this? This boy's been doing this since day dot.
Yes.
This is not new.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is not new. This is him. And what really...
So you're saying that Meghan hasn't got...
No, look, he has got with a woman who is creative. This is not her world. She is a creative woman. She's an actress. This is her own world. She's got with money. He's fell in love with her. He has now her family. He has his own family. This is, he has now... But the thing is, everyone's sitting there now and wanting to jump on this Meghan and Harry thing. how many times, of all these people that have got this opinion now about Meghan and Harry, how many times really are you interested in the royal family? How many times do you sit there, is he on your Instagram? Do you follow him on social media? How many times do you pick up in the morning and go, all right, I'm going to follow him? And now you're all sitting here going, no, he's doing really wrong.
But regardless, it's only when you're right, and sometimes when something catches your interest, that's when it catches your interest.
Wasn't catching your interest when he was doing all this stuff. I
generally love the royal family, and I have to honestly say, when I heard this initially, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Why? Okay. Calm down.
Sorry.
Why? You know. So I wasn't happy because I felt. First of all, I said, Meghan, why can't you be my sister? Because me, I'll tell you, this is a bad idea. And then I thought, okay, we're all here out in the streets trying to hustle money. And then I read, they're stepping down as senior royals because they want to be financially independent.
Yes!
When I'm already financially secure. What am I looking for?
But they have to say
no,
something.
but you've got to look at it from a sorry.
No, but I think my own opinion about the whole thing is that it wasn't just Harry's decision, but does it really matter whose decision it was?
No, I think it was both of them.
They're now a family. They've made the decision to go off on their own.
Yeah.
I think people forget the history. As you've said, he's been like this.
Yeah.
He's been his own person. But he's also served his country. Like all the things that people are jumping on. He was a military guy. He loved the military.
Because I love it. Because I know because I've had tonsillitis. Sorry, I've had tonsillitis for the past week, so my voice is only just coming back.
So he's done a lot for the country. He's now got this family. I think priorities change when you become a father and you become a husband. So regardless of who said what in their bedroom, they've agreed to go forward with this. So that's got to mean something. And he's never going to be king. I think that's
but he's sixth in line. Like,
no,
you know what?
Seven until Kate has another baby. And then
it's like, come on, give him a break. This is a guy that, you know, my gosh, look how much he's done. And what is wrong? He's actually sitting there. What you should be sitting there and saying, oh my God, that's really good of you. You're wanting to step back and to be financially independent because you're not wanting to go to do all of these jobs and be getting paid from, as you say, taxpayers' money. He's saying, look, I'll come and do this for free. I'll come along with Meghan.
Hold on a second.
No, he is. No, I'm gone, but he is. He's sitting there saying, I want to step down from this. I'll come and sit there. I want to do this.
I'm Meghan's
so what's
sister.
wrong?
Okay, let me tell you what's wrong.
He's sitting around saying, I don't want to do this.
Okay, so I'm Harry's sister-in-law. Okay? And I'm saying what nonsense. Okay?
No, but he's...
Hold on. I'm saying what nonsense. Hold on. You want financial freedom.
But I don't think that's how it... Was that how it started? I think it started by... Let's take a step back. They wanted to take a step back.
Yeah, because they
in addition, but they also knew part of taking a step back would mean...
Means to get paid.
Hold
so
on.
Why are you moaning
Hold on.
like this?
Part of taking a step back would also mean that they can't rely on... Certain things would have to change. You can't just take a step back. Because as senior royals, they have a duty. They have certain responsibilities they have to fulfill. So everything comes into question. Should they still hold their title? Should they still...
No, I don't think they thought that was going to be a problem initially. So stepping back. So did you listen to his speech? He gave a speech recently. I think in the last couple of days.
Which was different.
So you can tell that when they had that conversation in their house or they tried to talk to the Queen or whatever, it wasn't that big. So it got bigger. The whole thing got more complex as the public became involved, and obviously everybody has an opinion. So I don't think they thought, even if they thought there was going to be backlash, I don't think they thought it was going to be as bad as it became. But one of the issues that Meghan is having now, wherever she is, I heard she's being stalked.
Oh God, love,
she's in Canada.
So I don't think they will ever. So I think they thought, okay, if we go away, we'll have a bit of a private life. I don't think they ever.
They're never going to get a private life.
So first of all, they will never have a normal private life because they're still a royal. They'll still be included in certain royal stuff like Christmas.
We're missing the point of what they wanted. Everyone's missing the point.
Okay, tell us.
The point is, they came down and went, you know what? We want financial independence. We don't want you to be paying. It wasn't just that. That is a main point, and everyone seems to be forgetting that.
Hold on.
And going over it.
Hold on. It wasn't just that. Okay. This whole thing started partly because it wasn't about the financial. It was about.
But it was a point.
Wait, no. I think the money was the least part of it. I think it was because of the attack and the paparazzi
Yeah.
and all that. That's nothing to do with money. That's to do.
No, and he's also very right in that because you know, he's seen his mother go through that. Sorry, my show, my show now. No, but he's very right. He's wanting now to look after his family.
No, listen. It's not just. I think her influence for him to really take that decision is powerful, because I say that because if he was married to someone else, and I'm not saying whether the person was black or white, if he was married to someone, let's say someone like me, okay,
it will happen. You will be queen already.
And I'm not talking about a black woman or white woman. Right. Just married to someone else. So let's just use me, for example. And they were stalking me. Okay, initially I think I will enjoy the stalking. I'm like, paparazzi, they're outside. They're by my window. I think I'll be enjoying it first. Right now. Then the times I get tired of it, I'll be looking at actions I can take to stop them. Or, do you understand? I'll be looking at fighting back. But I wouldn't consider stepping away, because first of all, my people around me would be like, think about it. Charlie, would you be telling me to step away? Hell no, you would be telling me to step away.
I'll support anything you want to do.
Yes, yes. But if I was saying
yes, but
because,
would you? Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So what I'm saying is from a personal, because one of the things, it's been coming slowly, because look at when Megan did that interview and somebody asked her, how will you do it? Do you understand? She was close to tears. You know, she's struggling with motherhood.
But this is a thing.
And then within the royal family, and forget the press and the underlying tone racist comments and press stuff they've put out there. There's also within the family, I just imagine the butler treating her funny.
I think, do you know,
people in the household, that the ladies and the lords who are part of the royal,
you know what,
just
I think
treating her
biggest issue actually is, think about it, in life when you have issues but you have the support of your family and your friends.
Yeah.
Look at her father. And the guy did a whole documentary just.
And what it is hard, and what I think that you also have to take into consideration, you may sit here right now and go, if this was me, I would do this, I would do this, I would do that. Now, you are a mother. You are a mother. Mm-hmm. You have your son. You are a mother. Now,
I would say to myself, this is our life, oh.
You are like it.
I mean, like, this is our life. You better find a way around it. I tell the whole church to pray. You know, to pray.
You know,
Holy Ghost fire.
I'm not even going to sit there now. No,
make me leave the royal family.
It's took us years. We're here. We're staying here. This is it. It's just it. Deal with it.
You know that's
will be in that fucking about it.
Seriously, how did she get married?
No, but still, look, no matter what, whether it was the royal family, whether it was, we will figure. I'm done. I'm not even going to say nothing. I haven't got nothing to say. No, but seriously, you've got a chance. Now you know, because you made it before, when you become your priorities change. Are you honestly, because for me, I couldn't care whether you were the queen, I couldn't care whether you were the president or anything. If I felt that my children were going to become attacked in any way, or it was going to affect their life, my responsibility will be for them. And I don't care whether you're the queen, you want to stand in front of me, say this, I will knock you down. I don't care who you are, they're my kids. And this is what Harry's sitting there thinking, I've got a minute, look, I've just seen my mum. I lost my mum.
And I think that was that's what made it
I lost my mum. And the only people that are making money out of this right now is the media.
I just think there's
the media. I know. But we have to drag this way out because you
don't have to go and look for financial free. Forget it, I'll go financial free.
I think Megan didn't expect it to be that.
No, it's not because it's very different in America. Well, you wouldn't. They don't kids, and it just depends. And Harry's right. You know, I can say, he is royal, he has got his duties, but he's now become a father, and he's like, hang on a minute.
Well, on a serious note, I do feel, there's an element of responsibility. I don't want to downplay. I'm sure, I don't know what they went through. So it must be pretty, there must be things that we don't know.
That's what I mean, it's a step down, say, come on, let me go.
Yeah, we're on the same side at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to get spare ribs.
Don't you please tell you, please.
Spare ribs, you want them dry or in chili sauce?
What's that called?
Dry.
Chili.
Chili sauce. Oh, chili sauce.
That's why the
Any one of them has sauce,
Yeah. So my hair
Is it? What do you think?
So my hair, no, so my hair is cut, so that's just an eyeliner. No, but I'm Indian and Italian, Russian, Polish.
I'm just gonna watch a bunch of different things.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was looking at it, I said, is
No,
that
because my hair is curly, so I straighten this.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing hair for a while.
Yeah, no, my hair.
I thought they said white hair is silkier.
Yeah, no,
my new company.
What's the thing?
Yeah. I was just trying to close.
Have you done it? Quickly do it.
Well, I need the number. On 07.
You're on.
Okay, so we are back on air. So that was a very exciting first hour.
Yes.
And now we're back. So, back with me in the studio, as always. Back with me in the studio is my guest. I've got Dominique, singer-songwriter, and I've got Shades London hair boss also in the studio joining me. So before the break, we were talking about Harry and Meghan, and so we're back now talking about again Harry and Meghan. Shout out to those joining. I'm gonna just to just joining us on Instagram. Oh, you'll be connected in a moment. And those joining us on Facebook, we'll probably reconnect back to you in a moment as well. So yes, so we're going to be connecting to you. So back to the conversation. Again, guys, we would like you to call us on any of the topics we're talking about. Give us a call and let's have a chat about, let's get your views. So if you're joining us on Instagram, please post your comments. If you're joining on Instagram, if you would like to call in, which is my personal preference, if you can call in on 07539 968 143. Shout out to those joining us on omegafm.co.uk and those people also joining us on 104.1 FM. Thank you for joining in. Okay, so before the break, as me dropping something. So before the break, we were talking about Harry and Meghan, and we were talking everything Harry and Meghan. So I think where we kind of left off was, I was saying I felt Pierce. I was about to say Pierce Brosnan, no, Pierce Morgan. He's a little bit of a racist. I think, and this is not about Harry and Meghan, just generally, I see how he behaves towards minority. You could definitely see that he thinks they're beneath him, 100%. Do you think?
I do.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I do.
Yeah, so you can see that, and that's why I don't really have any time for him. So even if he's talking about somebody, he's criticizing, his critique of someone of minority is justified, I don't have any time for him because I just think he's a racist. Anyway, that's my view, and I'm sticking to it. So we were talking about Dr. Shola. Dr. Shola, if you're anywhere listening to this, or anyone who knows Dr. Shola, please get her to call in. We've reached out to you on Instagram, so please, we'd really love to hear from you because we've been championing you from a distance in all the talks that you've been doing, and I pretty much think you've been on the money with some of your thoughts and views, and and thank you for even speaking up. So we're talking about that. The other thing we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about now is, so this is a true story of, I'm not going to say what happened to, not someone I knew personally, but it was a story I read. It was basically about somebody who got divorced. They were married. They married a lady that was married, got divorced, and after she got divorced, she was overwhelmed by the number of people who said to her, you shouldn't have married him. And this is not the normal, he doesn't deserve you anyway. It wasn't like that. it was more a case of you shouldn't have married him, and they felt he was never right for her. So I think because of the amount of what people were saying, got her thinking, well, why didn't any of these people tell me this before I married him? I dated him for so long, then I went, we're engaged for however long, then we got married, and nobody said anything to me, So, so now got me asking the question, would you want to know if the person you're marrying, if your friend or family felt the person you're marrying, you shouldn't marry them? Would you want them to tell you? Would you want to know? And would you tell somebody that you're close to if they shouldn't marry somebody? So, Sade, I'm going to come to you first and get your thoughts.
Okay. So yes to your first question and no to your second question. So if I was the one getting married and my husband to be wasn't a great guy, assume that's what you're talking about.
Okay, so not that it wasn't a great guy,
right.
The person felt, whoever has
So just one person after the divorce?
No.
Or was it just a general consensus?
It was more than one person that said something.
More than one person, if there's more than one person saying something, there's probably some, truth to the situation that the guy... No? Am I wrong? Anyway, if my friend, I'm presuming that this person is a close friend, if it was my close friend, I would want her to tell me what she thought about my husband. But if the roles were reversed, my husband to be, or if the roles were reversed, I probably wouldn't have the courage to tell her. That's just because of who I am. I might be able to, be subtle and say certain things like hints, but I don't think I'll have the confidence to tell her, because I wouldn't want to hurt my friend. I think above it all, I think I wouldn't.
But you feel, but you genuinely feel your friend. So let me get this right. So you would want to be told.
I would want to be told just because the worst thing I think is, I don't know if you've been in those situations where you find out something after everybody else. You know how heartbroken you are or how pissed you are, friends, sisters.
Okay.
How annoyed you are of friends, sisters, or whatever. So I definitely would want to be told, I think. But I'm just saying it as my personality. I don't think I'm one of those strong personalities that would want to tell you directly. That's what I mean. So I would probably hint like, oh, I heard this, I'll probably even make up stories. But I wouldn't come out directly and say, I found ABC about this person. Yeah, I think, not that because I'm being mean.
So then if I was your friend,
right,
you wouldn't tell me.
So I wouldn't be able to tell you directly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll have the courage, and I think I'm not alone.
Well, you'd want to know.
I would want to know. I think, and this is not about right or wrong. I'm not telling you because it's not the right thing or it's the wrong thing. No.
No one's attacking that.
I'm just saying that their personality like mine,
of course.
their personality like mine, that wouldn't feel strong enough.
Yeah. Because
you have it in your head that, look, because if you're going to marry somebody, you're in love with that person. You know how girls are when you're in love with somebody. So if I'm your best friend, you told me intimate stuff about you guys, what you've been up to. So I'll feel like I'm breaking your heart by just coming out and being honest and forthright. So I would definitely hint, because I've been in situations where I've had to, like I've heard things, not in this particular situation, but I would probably just hint. That's the most I would do. I don't think I'll just tell you directly. And even if you know, because what you know, the older you get, you realize that even when you say things to people, they're not necessarily receptive when you do say things. So there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't just come out and say, guess what? And sometimes things are based on hearsay, isn't it? So it might be that I'm not a direct witness to whatever this guy has been doing. So I'm not necessarily coming from a place of authority and saying, definitely, I caught him red-handed, or he's up to this, that, and the other. But it might be from somebody I respect and trust, and I've heard something, and I know the person. So I feel like it's not that black and white, but I'm just saying that looking at my kind of personality, I would say yes to your first question, which is, would I rather be told? I would rather be told. Whether I'll go ahead and marry the guy or not, that's a different, because again, it's not black and white. It depends on the circumstance. But in terms of me telling somebody, I think it's just it's going to be difficult to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's thank you for sharing that. So let me come over to our Dominique. Our Dominique. Go on, our Dominique.
She will say as it is.
So what do you? So I've got some questions for you, but I want to just get all our views.
Ask you the questions and then I'll answer.
No, not for you, love. For the person who's shared her view.
Okay. So my view. Not my view is I want to know. I want to
be told.
Yes, and do you know what? And the reason is because, you know, I am that person, that relationship. And you are very right. People are very receptive, and you can sit there and tell somebody till they're blue in the face, but that makes it their decision. So whatever decision you can tell me he's this, he's no good, he's done this, he's done that. And as you say, you know, that person may be very much in love with them, but that is their decision. So then their mistakes then that they then make ongoing, that's down to them, because you knew. I've just told you he's like this. I've just told you this is what's happened. But it's your decision and it's your choice. Even though I've told you, it's your decision and it's your choice to go ahead with this. So then, oncoming, it's your own fault. Right. But not also that, you know, you are my friend, and I want to hear that from you, because my relationship is not going to end with you, because you're my friend. So what you've told me, I'm not going to turn around and say, if you feel like you're going to tell me, do you feel like you're feeling, oh, we're not going to be friends anymore because I've said this, or you've upset me. But if we're friends and we've been friends for a long time, then no matter what you've said to me, you're still going to be my friend, and you're still going to be there at the end of this. If it goes pear-shaped, you would only not be at the end of my railroad with this person if you are not my true friend. So I would want you to sit there and say, so yeah, I feel like I would want my friend to tell me, and then whatever decision I therefore take going forward with it, it's because I've decided, okay, this is my relationship, this is where I'm going with it, I'm going to give it this chance, but that's down to me. So it's not nobody's fault then, it's mine, it's my own fault if this goes wrong or it goes right. But you are still my friend, and if you are my true friend, you're going to be there at the end of this, whatever choice I've made, or you're not. That's how I feel. And I would tell you, and just to know, so if it was one of my mates, yeah, I would tell you, listen, this is what's happening, yeah.
So I think as you get older, it's not always so simple in terms of whether you tell a friend and whether you... So I think, and the reason I say that is this, so I'm going to put it in the form of a question. So, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about if you had a friend that was getting married and you felt that very strongly that the person they were marrying was no good for them, or they shouldn't enter into that marriage, would you tell them? Okay? And would you tell them, and would you want to be told? So, so Sade's view is she wouldn't tell them, but she would want to know. And that's based on her personality, and she wouldn't feel comfortable to do that. Our Dominique, her view is she wants to know, and she wants to be told, and she would tell a friend. So let me ask you this question. So let me go
what's
to
your
me.
views? What would you do?
Me. My default setting is I'm telling you because I want to know. You know, so if I want to know, I want to tell you. But I totally get where you're coming from, that not everyone feels that comfortable, even with your closest friends. Do you understand? Because we're not talking about should they date a guy. We're talking about should they marry a guy. Do you understand? So they've already invested in, there's probably an engagement on the cards and all that kind of stuff. So it's a completely different thing. But what I will say, Dominique, coming to you, so you will tell your friend. Would you tell your friend if you know it's the kind of friend that you want to know?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hi, you're through to Asia there. What's your view? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Hello? Caller, can you hear?
Yes, I can. It's Kemi. Hi, how are you?
Hi. We're good.
Right. This view of people telling, let me break it down to you. Some people are skeptical about telling you as an individual because they don't know how you might react. Mm-hmm. Now, if the individual themselves is deeply in love and they see no flaws in that person, regardless of what you say to them, they will still carry on.
Okay.
Okay? Now, there are some people that will not tell you because they're waiting for the relationship to break down.
Mm-hmm.
That's another twist. Okay? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's like, Dominique was saying, it's even if they tell you, you're going to be still do what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, it's down to you. You're the only person that's going to be in that relationship or whatever it is because they feel that other people's opinion is them not being in the relationship with that person.
Okay, so let me pause you there for a minute. Actually, guys, I do want to hear from some men. It's interesting to know how men will do this, because whether or not men will tell each other, So I'd love to hear from some guys out there. So do give us a call, 07539 968 143. You lot should have this number saved in your phone. I shouldn't have to be giving out this number every week. Okay, but yeah, that's the number. You give us a call and let us know. Okay, so
yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but the situation that happened in this case, let me just use that, because after the relationship, the marriage ended, there was a lot of, and I think if it was just one, she probably wouldn't have noticed.
Just one marriage?
Yeah. If it was just one friend who said something, or one person who said something, she probably would have. But there was a number of people, and then she actually tried to process it to say, well, are they doing it to make me feel better? To say, oh, he doesn't, that kind of,
he's not a good guy anyway.
Yeah, to just kind of make her feel encouraged. Is that what it was, or is that something else? So I've asked the question, and this is very key. If you have a friend, and I have a couple of them, yeah, who wouldn't want to know, and they wouldn't want to know, would you still tell them?
Yes.
Now, isn't that forcing? No. They don't want to know.
No, I don't care.
Why would you tell them?
But you know what, then that's your opportunity to turn around and say, okay, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm still going to tell you because I'm your friend and I'll be there at the end of it.
Yeah, you're right in a way because I'll be honest with you, regardless of what the other people say, I'll use myself as a prime example because it's a situation that happened when I came up my marriage. Everyone was like, oh, I should have told you. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'll be very honest with you. If, depending on my relationship with that individual, no matter how close we are.
Yes.
Okay? For instance, if Asia came to me and said, Kemi, that guy you're getting married to, is not what the person you are going to get married. And I used to hang around with a lot of male friends, and they said the same thing after the marriage broke down, that, they could have said something, but at that point, they could see how much in love I was with this person. So regardless of what they said, I might have just put them off thinking, you know what, you don't have your own opinion, I have mine, because you're not the one in the relationship.
Okay. I'm just going to put, guys, I really want to hear from some men. I really want to get a man's point of view, because, it's quite mixed here. It's 50-50. Some women say they will say, some women say they wouldn't say. So it's quite a 50-50 thing.
Even if you said it, like I said, even if another guy came to say to me, you know what, I'm in love with you, I'm the one you should be with, that guy is not worth it. Because he is doing it for his own selfish interest. I'm giving you a twist to the story, okay? He will be doing it for his own selfish interest. But if you have male friends, which I did... No,
you don't understand. No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about a male telling another male friend, So your guy friend is about to... So girls, we're saying will say, guys...
Not necessarily. That's what I'm saying, that we can't generalize.
See what I'm saying again. Guys, I want to hear from men whether they will tell their male friends, who's about to marry a girl, whether they should or shouldn't marry the girl at the point of they're about to marry the girl. And would they want their friend to tell them? Women, I think we'll get a lot of views from women, but I really want to call out men to hear what they've got to say.
Men should talk, but
now, there's a danger And for me, I'm a person that I will tell you, okay? In fact, do you know what? I always say this, and I think Sade and I were having a conversation. The kind of person I am already. Don't come to me if you don't want my opinion. Don't. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm not the kind of person that would listen quietly. I have an opinion at the end of it. Okay, because for me, it's the so what. What are you going to do about it? There's asked to be some sort of solution or something. So if you came to me and your intention is that you want to just talk to me and I will listen and you go away, you better make that very, very clear before you start talking.
Okay,
because
let me put a twist to it.
don't be telling me you didn't ask for my opinion at the end of it. You know. So hold on. So don't be telling me you didn't ask for my opinion at the end of it. So I'm the kind of person that will tell you if I see something like that. I will help you plot. I will get it. You know? I'm the kind of like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, right? I'm that friend, okay? But one thing I won't do, if I know my friend, you know, and I know my friend wouldn't want to know, and I have friends like that. I also have friends that if you tell them, they're the kind of friends that if you tell them, oh, I saw your boyfriend cheating, or you will now be the bad guy. I also have friends like that. So those kind of ones, I'm not telling them nothing.
Really?
Hell,
See, I
I'm
don't
not
care. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm
I'm not telling them nothing because
So yours has conditions then?
everything has conditions.
Yeah, I am going to conditions. You're my friend. You are my friend.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, whether you like it or not.
Okay, let me
So
put
if
a
I-
twist to this.
Okay.
Let me put another twist, okay? There's a girl who, I don't judge anybody. As far as I'm concerned, you do you as long as you're happy, that's the main thing. Yeah? So there's a girl that she slept with most of the guys in the spring, okay? Now, one particular boy took a shine to her and said, you know what, I don't care. I really don't care. His friends were going at him saying, boy, you know, she's been around all of us. She's done things with all of us, blah, 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 blah. And the guy still went ahead and got married to her.
Wow.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that.
I
Well,
don't understand. I've never heard that before.
yeah. That they don't care that she's got a past or a history or whatever, and they say, yeah. So I have that. Yeah, because I'm not even talking about what the reason why. I'm not even getting whatever the reason might be. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm not so much. I'm not focused on the reason. Hold on, I'm not focused. 1 second. I'm not focused on the reason why you think it's a bad person. It's the fact that, you know, because I'll tell you something now. Although I want to know, there's certain people that can't come to me. There's certain people that will come to me and I'll listen. And there's certain people that can't come to me because even if they did, I wouldn't listen to them. Do you understand?
Because you don't respect them.
Either because I don't respect them, either because I think they're bad mind anyway, or, you know, something like that, or it's coming from you've got to check the source of where the information is coming from. But there's some friends that will tell me, even if I don't have evidence, I will have to stop and think, why would that person lie? I've been in a situation where people have told me stuff and I'm like, and the person is like, no, it's a lie. I'm like, but I don't believe that person will lie. So I had to try and get the truth another way. Because I didn't believe that person would lie. And I was right, that person wouldn't lie. Whereas there's some people, it's not any friend that can come to you and talk to you about your man. There shouldn't be anybody that can just come to you and lay their opinion.
You should just have them. You know who you are right in what you said. And what you also know, but you are. And that's them people that should be coming to you, your friends. And that's what you're talking about. You shouldn't just have anybody coming to you talking about your mind. I'm not going to listen to that. But your friends should.
Listen, we all have friends. If we have 10 friends, if you were to put 10 friends, those 10 friends on a scale. Hold on. If you were to put them on if you were to put them on a scale, okay, they will all be at different levels. They won't be at the same. Do you understand what I mean? For different reasons. So, when I say friend, I use that term. There's some people who think they're closer to you than they really are.
Right.
There's some people who think they can, do you understand what I mean? So there's different levels of measures. Like now, you've just said something. Like, let's say I'm your friend and you know I wouldn't want to know. Why would you force what you know
I'm
on me.
not forcing. Listen.
Yeah, by you telling
you're my
me.
friend. I'm telling you. Listen, you're my friend.
It's not real. Well,
I know it's not real. I'm sorry if I get emotional over this. But look, you're my friend, so I don't. Sorry, Kemi. I'm so sorry to just. But you are my friend. I love you.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to
that love
believe
is a
this
bit too
information,
much.
no, it's not, because if you choose, if I know that
But
this
I'm
is right,
telling you, I don't want to know. You've already.
I know, okay, and that's your decision. If you don't want to know, that's cool. But I'm telling you, this is what I know, and whatever you choose to use with that information, that's down to you. I'm still gonna be there for you, at the end of the road, at the beginning of it. Whatever you choose to do that, I just want to know that I've let you know.
I think people
I don't like the idea of forcing something
I'm
on
gonna
someone
tell you,
when they don't want to
it's
know.
not
So, Shade, what
forcing.
you were saying?
It's
I was going to
forcing
say that I don't
information.
think people will come out and say they don't want to know because you probably haven't
Yeah, it's not
you haven't
forcing.
lived through that situation
Everyone wants to
before,
know.
right?
No.
Not everyone wants to know. But my point is, no one has told you that they don't want to know because not everyone has lived through that situation. But because you know your friend, it goes back to knowing the kind of friends you have. So if you know your friend, you probably think, she's not receptive to things like this. Or, again, what I said earlier about hurting people. It's a real thing. Some people can't handle those kind of disappointments. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm just going to read out some comments that we have on Instagram and Facebook. Kems, thanks for calling in. I think there are people trying to call in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was going to come off live.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
Kemi.
So shout out to Dillis on Facebook. Yes, we want to hear from you. So Dillis is she's a speaker, she's a life coach, and she's an author. Her book has just come out actually, called Not This Widow. Dillis, if you can call us, we would really appreciate it. And we would like to take your views. 07539 968 143, and anyone else who wants to call. And so I want to read a couple of Instagram opinions out. So people saying they want to be told. Yes. I would still tell a friend if I was in her shoes. I would like to know. This is loyalty, I believe. I will tell them because it's a friendship and loyalty towards your friend. I will tell them, and I hear that, and I think, we've got a caller coming in. Hi, caller, you're on air.
Hello, it's Dillis here.
Hey, we've got Dillis in the house. Dillis has called us. So Dillis is life coach, and she's an author. She's called us. Her book is out. Hi, Dillis.
Hi, guys.
Yes, you posted something really gay, so I really want to get your view about this.
So, I just literally kind of overheard a little bit, whether they were saying that whether the person wants to know or not, to tell them.
Yes.
So before I give my view, because I'm just giving you the things that I heard, are we talking about women whose men have been seen outside doing what they shouldn't be doing, and you wouldn't be as a friend, and whether you should go and tell your friend?
No, so we're talking about your friend is about to get married, okay? And you don't feel the guy is right for whatever reason. You don't feel the guy is right. Should you tell them? So this is not they're about to date someone or they're dating someone. We're talking marriage now. So they want to marry somebody and you don't feel they should marry that person, you don't feel they're right. Would you tell them? And should you tell them? And would you want to be told?
If I didn't, because I thought this was about being your man shooting. So if it's whether you should tell your friend, unless you've been under a rock, would you not have had conversations when you met the guy, how the person feels about them? You would have had conversations prior to that person making the decision that they wanted to get married. In which case, if you had those conversations before, I don't think it's necessary to now, because you can't stop them from getting married. So I would assume that you would have had those conversations to say, well, these are some of my concerns. But there's a way in which you couch these things, where you exercise wisdom and sensitivity. You can't just get up and tell somebody, I don't think the guy's right for you, on the basis of what? Because we really aren't stupid. We know when a man makes us decisions. We know when we are happy. But people get married for all sorts of different reasons. And I don't think people make allowances for the insecurities and the desperation that some people have and the codependencies that exist in some relationships.
So
Yes.
it's not a question of whether you help them. I think your energy is better spent supporting your friend to help them want better for themselves. Because once you're able to do that and you make that kind of emotional investment in their life, they themselves will come to the decision that this person is not right and is not good for me. And it's not about you forcing your opinion
Okay.
on people. That doesn't work.
Okay, so I guess what you're saying is that, you know, it would have, you know, it would have been, there would have been signs or there would have been conversation if this person's close to you that you would have had about whether or not the person, yeah. And you probably would have known your friend to not like that person or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So,
And I've actually been in that situation. I saw that this person definitely was not right. I mean, my friend now was practically divorced. I knew that person was not right.
yeah.
But at the point at which the decision was made that they were going to marry them, I respected their choice and their decision. And I can accept that. Because one thing that people have to also realise is that if the person is really your friend and you want to continue that friendship, you putting your 2 pennies in at every given opportunity. If in case those 2 people do resolve their issues, guess who's left out in the cold? It's going to be the husband, it will be you. And you can carry that friendship and, you know, take it wherever you want. But having been in that situation before, and I knew this person was definitely not right, and I was 100% right that he wasn't, I took a step back. I allowed her to at least live with the decision that she has made, not in a horrible way, but let me respect the decision that this is my husband. I can't be going there with an attitude or showing him that I was doing what's right for my friend. That's just nonsense. I wouldn't even do that with my own children. So with a friend, I think it's also about respect and boundaries, that you're dealing with an adult that has the right to choose what they want to do with their life. The fact that you don't agree is neither here nor there. If you're really a friend, your job and responsibility is to support when it all goes belly up.
Yeah.
Which in this case you did.
And I think that's,
Yeah.
I think that point is key about, because you mentioned something about respecting boundaries, and I don't feel, with Dominique saying that, oh, well, I'll tell my friend regardless of whether they want to know or not.
No.
I think,
That's not right.
yeah, I don't think that's respecting.
You see, no, but now you, because now that I'm listening to you, there's a difference. What I'm saying, I'm sitting there. It's context is how we relate things. I'm a Scouser. I'm from.
That's no excuse.
No, it is an excuse because how we relate things will be very different to how other people relate things. Now, when I'm turning around saying to you, I'll tell you whether you like it or not. I'm telling you, you're my friend, and you're very right. We will have had these conversations before. So these are conversations that we will have had. So I'm letting you know this is what's happening. This is what's going on. But I'm still your friend. So no matter what's going on, whether you go ahead with this marriage, whether it be to cheating, whether it be because of manipulation, whether it be control,
Abuse.
or however your relationship is with this person, this is your choice. You're deciding to do this.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know this is what I see, this is how I feel, but I'm your friend, and whatever you choose, I'm going to be there to support you at the end of it when you come out of it. I am still going to be here.
So let me just, I'm going to play back some of what Dillis said. And Dillis, I don't know if there's any way you can get closer to your mic. So I think some people are saying they can't really hear your comments. So, huh? Oh, I can hear you fine. Yeah, so I think the way you've kind of put it, Dillis, kind of sums it up in terms of, you know, context matters, timing matters, the relationship, you know, kind of matters, and at some point you've got to step back and respect boundaries.
And you know the key thing as well, the personality of the person that you are talking to
matters.
You know, because it's not, you don't deal with people how you are.
Yes.
You deal with people according to how they are.
Some people can't. Yeah. That is so key.
Very different personalities. So I can't say just because I'm the parent, I will deal with my daughter the same way I deal with my son. No,
That is so key. Yeah.
And what and that where you know, I need to pay attention to what you are receptive to. There's no point for me to feel very precious. I don't waste my time.
Yeah.
And I feel the way I add is very valuable, and if it's not going to be respected or it's not going to be received in the context in which I'm saying it to one brother. So you've got to make sure that what you're saying is having value, you're also being sensitive. If you know you're dealing with somebody that's very hard-headed, they will do what they want to do anyway, you force into issues, you are going to butt heads.
Yeah.
You need to wait for that person in their place. I mean, in the situation that I was in, I can't say go into too much detail, but I knew that at the time at which she was making that decision to get married to this person, she was not in the right headspace to make that choice.
So what do you then think?
However,
Sorry, go on.
she wasn't in the right headspace, but I needed to be sensitive. That was not the time for me to make this sister and tell her, no, I didn't do that. I just needed to say, I hope you know what you're doing because of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I work as a coach, so we don't tell people what to do. What we do is we try and allow you to, let the light go on for yourself. You need to come to that realization. Because those situations are the ones that you take responsibility for and you can own. Not just because you've been instructed, because information that's not going to be received well, sometimes you need to hold on to it or know how you're going to couch it that it's going to be received well and as intended.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Delis. Thank you. Always good to hear from you.
Thank you. I was right in the middle of doing my stuff. So yes, I'm putting my two pennies worth. Ladies, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
It's a great topic.
And tell us quickly about tomorrow.
Right, so tomorrow I have my book launch. It's at the Leonardo Royal Hotel at 6:30. The tickets are on Eventbrite. You can hit me up on Facebook. Dilysilla, Dilys, Fillah. My book is not this widow. It got to the #1 spot yesterday.
Yes, congratulations. #1 bestseller on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very, very happy.
Yeah. Awesome.
So last week.
Brilliant.
So ladies,
I was editing it yesterday.
have a good evening, ladies.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Yes.
you. Bye.
Bye. Yes, so that was Delis. Yeah, her book is now #1 bestseller on Amazon. Brilliant. So it's called Not This Widow. So keep buying, and the book launches tomorrow. The book's out now. So so let's just talk about, so let's say after the marriage is broken down, is there a need to say to the person, I didn't think you should have married? Or do you think it's a bit like rubbing their nose in it?
No. Friend. The reason why you've said this to them is because you are your friend. So when that marriage is broken down, you then come to them as their friend and you sit there and you support them. You don't sit there and rub salt in the wound.
No, maybe not rubbing salt in the wound, but is that
Who would
thing
do
of,
that?
like, for example, is that thing of, maybe before I thought he didn't deserve you. All of this is confirmed he definitely didn't deserve you. So so maybe it's from a point of view that you're good to be rid of him. Don't feel too bad about it. He never deserved you. Even from
So
that
I
point.
think if your marriage breaks down, I don't think you want to hear all of that.
Yeah.
I think at that point, all you want is your friend to be supportive. You probably want to go on holiday. You saw someone to cry and talk, with about stuff. You don't need, like, I feel like even when you say that, there's a bit of I told you so, and that, it's not relevant. She's heartbroken. She's dealing with, and especially if you didn't even tell her anything before she got married. So what's the point? What are you coming with? I knew that he wasn't good for you. I'm not sure that's relevant, but then again,
I agree.
I like the fact that the lady caller was talking about personality.
Yes.
Some people, that might be what she wants to hear.
Yeah.
So again, we're generalizing. There might be people that they want you to, she's probably, insulting him and all of that. And she probably wants someone to say, yes, I knew he was a loser and all of that. So again, it's context. But generally, if you're going to say it just to rub their nose in it, I don't think it's relevant.
And I think I like, one of the things I like that she mentioned, and this is so key, about how you tell people, even when you're telling them at whatever stage, how you tell you can't tell your friends in the same way, if that makes sense.
So how you tell them is still based on the friend's personality.
Yeah.
So you can't know how to tell someone something if you don't understand their personality.
That's what I'm saying. So, for example, the way I would tell, if I think about two friends who are very different in their personality, the way I would tell them, it matters. There's some people I would tell like somebody, like almost like somebody's died or somebody's about to die. And there's some friends I would be like, listen, why are you laughing, Dominique? God, there's some friends I'll be very sensitive to how I tell. I'll be sensitive to all situation, but there's some friends I'll be like, you know, only because I know they'll be like, okay, roll up the sleeve kind of situation, you know. And there's some friends, their skin's a bit tough, and they can take it a bit raw, a bit more raw, a bit harder, and I'll be more straight to the point. Yeah. Or there's some friends that like to be in denial, and you're telling them something, and they're like, kind of like you just told them something else, like, you know, like this, you know, the sky's blue. You're like, no, I just told you, you know, like, don't act like you didn't hear me now, you know. So there's that kind of situation as well. But I think I hear what you're saying, Dominique, about, you know, you said I'm a Scouser and this is how it is. I get that, but what if your friend isn't? What if your friend's African?
Then it doesn't matter. That this is who I am. This is where I've been brought up.
So because of that, you won't be sensitive to
no, because you know what? This is how I've been. This is how I've been brought up. I am, and this is how we are. And you know what? You are my friends, and I love you very dearly. And I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm just telling you, look, this is the situation. What you choose now to do with it, that's down to you. But you're my friend, and I'm gonna be there for you, whichever path you take. This is just how I feel. Let me, you know, this is the situation. You can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm going to turn around and not be your mate at the end of it, or not be your friend. Look, if you want to marry him, I'll be there in the dress with the flowers, getting all the
and that's actually another question. That's actually another question. You actually made a point that just reminded me of a question I wanted to ask. So let's say, you know, it's clear how you feel, you know, whether you tell them or not. Would you participate in the marriage? If you were supposed to be a chief bridesmaid, would you still stand there, or would you stand there and be like,
I'm not there for the guy, I'm there for my friend.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you feel like, I'm not supporting something
No, because I'm not your mom and
you know what?
your
The wedding
dad
will hold whether I'm the chief bridesmaid or not. Chief bridesmaid or not, right? So what I don't want to happen is my friend is looking at her wedding pictures and I'm not there. Like, that will break my heart. Not to talk of how my friend will feel.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But here's the thing. So I'm a I don't know. Maybe I don't know whether it's because I'm a Christian. I don't know if it's anything to do with that. But I'm a person that I always feel like when you're in a situation where you're bearing witness to something, as being a witness, as being there, you're bearing witness to something that you're partaking in what's going on.
Right.
I'm a firm believer. Do you understand what I mean? And I feel like you shouldn't partake in something that you got, especially, and I think especially if it's a situation like something like marriage, where you're taking like an oath, something like that. Do you understand what I mean? You know, or you don't.
No,
okay, it's just me there.
For me, I feel like
that's how I feel.
do you know there's some marriages? I'm sure there's been marriages that's happened all over the world where somebody hasn't necessarily agreed with the marriage and the marriage has worked. So imagine if you didn't agree with them being married and then they're still married 30 years later. You know. So again, nobody like, God. No, not with marriage. So you just have to be sensitive. I think that's what that's
yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree with Sade on that one. Totally agree. Because that, you know, as you say, when you said, oh, hang on a minute, you can't turn around and say to me, oh, because you said you're a Scouser. You just turn around, oh, because I'm a Christian. You can't turn around and tell me.
No.
Oh, yes, no, hang on a minute.
I didn't say it's because I'm a Christian.
Did you not? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, because I'm a Christian. No, you just turn around and you can't say it's because you're a Scouser. Or because I'm a Christian. You can't make one point and then make it another point.
Don't encourage it.
No, but it's true. Yeah, we do it. Honestly, don't like this. But that's true. So
virtual cocktails. We're gonna switch over to the next page, which is food, I think. And so we'll be back on next week with more fabulous show. So please do join me. You can also follow on Asia Effiong Jones on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you for joining. We absolutely appreciate you. And Sababu Films, thank you for being in the house and capturing our best moments. And coming up next is Water Men, and they have a fabulous show lined up, and it shall be great. So yes, so it's been great. Love you guys. Have fun. Be good to each other. Love each other. Don't tell your friends things they don't want to know.
Or do.
Or do. You know. Dr. Shola, I wish you could have joined us, but you couldn't. So, you know, it is what it is. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Stay blessed.
Amiga Radio.
I'll get it.
4.1 FM.
I'll get it next week.
News and views around
Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is amazing. I'll get it next week.
Hi guys, I am Asia Effiong Jones. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Please do like and subscribe and leave your comments below.